Welcome back to Max's Garage Mahal. Here we are with the old Hustler Super Z, and we're changing the hydraulic fluid as well as the suction return hose. And as you can see here, so more drips like a sieve, and we've got a hydraulic leak, and we hope the hose we've got is going to take care of the problem, resolve the problem. You see this area right up here. And I'm going to try to get my finger in here and still hold the camera. It's not on a stand, it's on my hand. But you see right there, that's the drain, which the drain plug is right in there for the time being. And the fluid to come out of this thing is, as you can see, very milky looking, as if it has water in it. So, and I should have turned that radio off, huh? Anyway, we're changing the hydraulic fluid. We're going to set the camera up here in a moment and try to get you some more information about what we're having to do and how we're doing it and why we're doing it. So bear with me, we'll be right back. Okay, so here's where we at. This hose right here, as you can see, it's really swollen, and it's supposed to be this size, and hopefully you can see the size difference. So we've got to replace that, and that's what we're going to do now before we put any more oil in it. So we've got to take this clamp loose right here. There's a clamp way down there. Let's see if I can get you a little closer up to it. Way down in there. As you can see how that hose is really swollen up and flared out. It's leaking pretty good right there. So we're going to replace that. That's 16 inches long by 3/4 inch ID. And what I have here is 3/4 ID I picked up at the hydraulic shop. And it's a return suction hose made by Eaton. And real quickly, I'm going to let you guys know where I got this. I'm in Searcy, Arkansas. And I picked this up from Mr. Brooks Advanced Hydraulic Hoses and More LLC. And name is Danny Brooks. His phone number is 501-281-6491. He's 1121 Benton Avenue, Searcy, Arkansas, and I'll put his information down below. This is just some of the things he does here, if I can get this where you can see it. I mean, he makes a hose for anything you can dream up. So, there you go. Thank you, Mr. Danny Brooks, for helping me out here. And he did not supply the hose other than he did sell it to me, and I really appreciate him. And he gave me a heck of a deal, and he'll give you a heck of a deal as well. Okay, that's my commercial, non-paid commercial real quickly. Let me turn this thing off, and I'm going to get busy and get that hose off. What I'm going to use is this little tool right here. This is an air conditioning tool. And it's for opening and closing your valves on your air conditioner compressor and lines in order to charge your air conditioner or repair it, whatever. So I'm going to put this little magnetic socket on here, and we're going to loosen the belt or the hose clamp here, which is sort of the slow way of going about it, but we're going to install this a little differently so we can get some quicker tools on this thing. So let's see here. Now then, let's see if I can get this in here and turn it by hand. We're probably going to replace a bunch of hoses on this thing. We'll probably find there's a whole bunch more of them to replace once we get some of these off and fire it back up, oil in it, waste some oil, which we hate, but that's part of making repairs. We're going to replace what we can see, and that's just what I was afraid of. I really had intended to put a could be done. I was going to put a fitting on this where this could be unscrewed, but that is a large fitting. That cost a fortune. And until we get this hose or this particular leak taken care of, we may not do that yet. We may have to come back and do that. Now what we need to find out is what the bottom one, what kind of fitting it has, and we'll have to take this over to the hydraulic shop, see if he has something to go in its place. But temporarily what we're interested in is making sure we get all the hydraulic fluid out of this thing, which technically, according to the manual, this particular machine uses 10W40 motor oil as a hydraulic fluid. We'll go ahead and pop this out and get all the air in there we can, which that should have done it. We also have to change the filter here in a minute, which I probably had to do that from the bottom. Anyway, I may take the battery out, that way I can just go right in there with a filter wrench. So we're going to replace these. This will let a lot of air into the system. That'll let it drain completely out. And it has a size 22 plug on the bottom, hex head, 22 millimeter. Just drop that out. Make sure you have something below your to catch it, because when it comes out in a hurry. So make sure you do that. All right, now to get to this down here, I don't really have any way to get you on camera, so I may leave it running. I may just have to fast forward when we do the getting ready to put this on the internet. But bear with me for a moment, and I'm going to get another tool here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this really long thing here on this and see if we can get in here from the back just past the muffler. So if you're doing this, make sure you got the engine turned off for a while and it's cool, because I guarantee you this old mower right here, it runs super lean and it runs really hot when you're operating it. So it would take a while for this thing to cool down in the summertime. But I'm on it from right here. It's not bad. It's not too awfully uncomfortable, which is a good thing. And hopefully we'll have this off here in just a moment. We can all sort of take an eyeball, look at lead in here and see what it looks like. But I can see right now that that fitting is a pressed in fitting. So putting a threaded on one end with a pressed in on the other, that really doesn't make any sense. So anyway, all right, so let's take a look at this thing. Yes, sir, that's what we have. Now, I will try to get that where you can see it. Look at this thing, guys. Can you see that? That's what kind of shape the system is in. And like I said, the oil come out of it very, very milky. It looked really bad. And that's never a good sign. Hopefully it didn't have water in it. But even if it does pull itself. So we're going to put fresh oil and a fresh filter on it. And that way we can give it its best chance of operation without it having any problems in the future. So bear with me, I've got to cut that hose apart to get those clamps off. I'll be right back. We have the hose cut to specifications. It's 3/4 inch ID by 16 inches length. And now all that's left is to tighten this puppy up, hopefully. And we're going to get it in here where we can use the proper tools on it here. To me, the proper tool is to make sure you can get in there and keep it on it. All right, what we're trying to do now is set the hose clamp so that it tracks where we want it. All right, that felt pretty good. So now let's go down here at the bottom and maybe we can get this little tool in here to help tighten it up the way we just did. I don't think we can. Maybe we can. Let's try it. Don't let me forget, guys. I disconnected the that ain't gonna work too good. I disconnected the oxygen sensor in order to get the tools down in here, so don't forget to replug that thing. I'd hate for it to start using a lot of extra gas. Oh, mine's not in very good shape. We certainly don't need to flood her out with raw fuel. Alrighty. Don't want to over tighten it. Now then, let me get the camera here as soon as I wipe my hands, and we'll take a look at it together and see what that looks like. To me, it looks better already. but then I can see it better than you can, I think. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get the camera unplugged and hooked here. So that's what she looks like now. Is that not pretty? See down through there? I wiped the dirt off of it. I got on it just a minute ago. So now all we need to do is we need to put the plug in the bottom of the pump, and we need, or the reservoir here, and then we need to change the hydraulic filter. Then we'll fill this thing up. We should be able to then start it up, bleed the air out of it, and the hydraulic should be ready to go if that's taking care of all the leaks. This hose looks good. These look and feel good. So hopefully there's no more hose leaks. So stay tuned, be right back. I cut out quite a bit of this video I probably should have recorded. However, the reason why I did that is because this thing was so filthy and greasy that I was afraid I'd damage the camera. So I have not started it and run it yet, but I'm going to get you to this point. I use this big old funnel there. And as you can see right now, she's just about an inch from the top, which is about where it's supposed to be. And what I'll do is I'll start it when the doors are open. It's raining right now, so we'll open those doors and we'll start this thing up and finish filling it up. I have a meeting right now in a few moments, so I've got to go make that meeting, get this over with, and then I'll get back on this and we'll show you starting it and airing it and all that stuff and getting rid of the purging air out. So I apologize for the short in between, but all it basically comes down to is I screwed the filter off, put oil in this filter, screwed the filter up on it, snugged it by hand, put the oil in the reserve here or the tank, and that's just like any other oil change. It's that simple. So we'll be back, start it, show you what's going on with it. Be right back. Well, it's really windy out here, so we decided to let y'all watch from inside the Garage Mahal. We're going to go ahead and fire up the old girl, bring her around, see what she'll do. Let's watch. What y'all think about that? Looks pretty good, don't it? Problem I see is we still got an oil leak. It's either oil leak or hydraulic. I believe it's going to be hydraulic. I'm going to show it to you here. So bear with me while I get this moved. And I'll just show you that real quickly. This is not good. Hydraulic still got problems, as you can see here. See that big spot right down there? Let me get where I can see if y'all can see it or not. Let's see, I got a monitor over here I can look at. Yeah, I believe you can see it. That's from just sitting there long enough to bring it around a while ago to start it and let you know it's running. So anyway, she's running. Now we've got to get these oil leaks and hydraulic leaks stopped, and we'll be in business. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. And it's getting closer every day. We appreciate you guys coming by MaxsGarajMahal. And if you get anything out of these videos, we appreciate it. If you hit that like button, that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. Share with as many people as you can and feel comfortable with. And we always appreciate you guys coming by MaxsGarajMahal. And as always, y'all come back, see us now, you hear?